Dear directors, dear professors, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank Director Tima Barzo and Director Janos Edesilagi for accepting my crazy proposition and organizing the conference here in Krakow. Why crazy? 10 hours from Budapest to Krakow. You can fly from Amsterdam to Mexico City in this time. But now I would like to tell you something about 3 words. I don't know if you know the song of Dalida and Alain Delon, Parole, parole, parole. Words, 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 something like this. And I would like to tell you something about 2 levels of relations between 3 words in Polish Constitution from 2nd of April 1997. These words are respect, protection, and care. I changed a little the title of my presentation because the respect is, for me, in the last part of preparation for this presentation, it was most important for show you this word: respect, protection, and care. So we start. Introduction. In the Constitution of the Republic of Poland of 2nd of April 1997, 3 words set out the standards of action and obligations of public authorities towards the family and its members. These 3 words are respect, protection, and care, which appear in the title of my paper. With regard to the family, the Polish constitution maker especially indicated in Article 18 of the Constitution that it's under the protection and care of the Republic of Poland. Family is under the protection and care of the Republic of Poland. On the other hand, respect is spoken of in the context of human dignity, which refers to the family as well and its individual members. Article 30 of the Constitution states, inter alia, respect and protection of dignity is the duty of public authorities. So, the meaning of these terms in the national language, Polish language, and in legal language may seem similar or even identical. Therefore, the following questions should be considered and answered. First, in what context do the terms respect, protection, and care appear in the Constitution? And the second question, what is the meaning of these terms in the context of the family and its members? A brief analysis of this, my presentation is the last one today, so I would like to shorten this. These 3 concepts will be presented by the assessment of how the Polish legislator implements the constitutional standard of respect, protection, and care in relation to family. So it will be the first level, relation between constitution and acts in Polish law. And my speech will also take into account the legislator's assessment of the implementation of the constitutional standard. Point number 2, protection and care. In the opinion of the Constitutional Tribunal, the constitutional principle of the program, which provide for the protection and care of the Republic of Poland over the family, but also marriage, motherhood, and parenthood, constitutes one of the basic duty of the state. This obligation should be understood primarily as the duty of the legislator, which should clarify and fulfill the constitutional terms protection and care. The literature on the subject points out that in the context of Article 18 of the Constitution, protection is mainly legal in nature. For example, legal regulations concerning divorce and separation. And care takes the form mainly of material benefits, for example, the existence of maintenance of fund, family allowance, etc. One of the professors, Professor Jan Boć, writes that protection should be understood as a situation in which the state, acting through its organ, both in the sphere of making and applying the law, does not allow for a treat to marriage, family, motherhood, and parenthood by foreign entities in the moral, social, economic, customary, or religious sphere. Care, on the other hand, is to be understood as a situation in which the state, acting through its organ, both in the field of making and applying the law, does not allow marriage, family, motherhood, and parenthood to be undertaken in the sphere of their normal functioning because of the inability to find oneself in a group, society, and the state, or because of the lack of sufficient means of material substances. According to the constitutional provision, for example, Article 68.3, public authorities are obligated to provide special health care to children, pregnant women, disabled persons, and the elderly. In Article 72.1 of the Constitution provides for the Republic of Poland's obligation to ensure the protection of child rights, and Article 72.2 of the Constitution provides for the right of a child deprived of parental care to demand the care and assistance of public authorities. Now we can go to respect. Article 30 of the Constitution, which concerns human dignity, contains the obligation of public authority to respect and protect human dignity. The obligation of public authorities to respect and protect dignity include in the subjective scope persons performing the functions of bodies and persons working in the offices of administrative bodies, of the legislative, executive, and judiciary powers, as well as bodies and persons of the non-public sphere to whom public tasks have been delegated. The obligation to respect and protect dignity include ensuring adequate protection for everyone and in any reasonable situation, and is a prohibition of public authorities taking action that may be considered as violation of dignity. According to a lot of judgments of Constitutional Tribunal, the obligation of public authorities to respect human dignity should be understood in both positive and negative terms. The positive aspect of respect for human dignity, I called from Latin status activus, is the obligation of public authorities to undertake specific action aimed at respecting human dignity and protecting it from situations that cannot be identified with human dignity. Respect for human dignity at the specific level is safeguarding of the relation of the constitutional freedoms and rights. And in negative aspect of respect of human dignity, that is status negativus, means that public authorities refrain from encroaching of the sphere whose boundaries are determined by autonomy, within which man fulfill himself, for example, socially. Status negativus is therefore a prohibition on taking any action by public authorities that would violate human dignity. So now 3 words that we have in Constitution. What about implementation? The development of social programs took place especially in the middle of the second decade of the 21st century. It was related, on the one hand, to the change of the political majority in power in the state, but also resulted from the perception of demographic problems that began to occur in Poland. Unfortunately, despite a number of financial programs, including the flagship program Family 500 Plus, now is 800 plus, 800 zlotys per child, it has not been possible to reverse demographic trends in the country, as confirmed by the latest data on the so-called negative rate of natural increase. The fundamental problem in Poland is still low fertility rate. In the longer term, a decrease in the birth rate may contribute to a decrease in the share of the working age population in the population structure, which in turn is a threat of the stability of public finance, the labor market, as well the pension system and the various social programs supporting families, mothers, and fertility. Therefore, a key objective of this benefit is also the strengthening the demographic potential. It should be noted that the programs clearly had a positive impact on the financial situation of family, especially those with many children or who have been on the so-called poverty line for many, many years. However, the positive assessment of the number of variety of programs supporting families deserve criticism due to the lack of the single normative act, law, that would comprehensively regulate the titular issue. It is worth noting that the indicated social pro-family programs are implemented at different levels of public authority, that is, state and local government. This is, on the one hand, a realization of the constitutional obligation of public authorities, that is, state and local government, to help, but it also serves to better organize the support and distribution of financial resources earmarked for this purpose. Summary. Each of the three constitutional concepts, respect, protection, and care, has its own meaning confirmed by the Constitutional Tribunal and legal doctrine. There is no doubt that public authorities have special tasks or even responsibilities concerning the family and its members. The analysis also showed that the majority of pro-family and social programs were introduced in the period 2015-2023, compared, for example, to 2007-2014, apart from an increase in the number of this program, a number of benefit, raising class and inter alia, an increase in the minimum WACC and the family-friendly instruments were introduced in the labor law. As an aside mention should be made of anti-violence solutions, which are also intended to support safe motherhood. Despite this, it should be pointed out that the instruments indicate have not contributed to an increase in fertility. Therefore, further work is needed on demographic policy and the introduction of family-friendly solutions concerning housing, tax expenditures, and support from private property, for example, following the Hungarian model. What will happen in the future? This is the question for me and for all people, I think, here in Poland too. The realization of respect, protection, and care depend on political decision. Thank you very much.